Cheers for tuning in to another episode of the Here's the Crack podcast.
If you haven't already, subscribe to our Spotify and Apple Music and leave a 5-star review.
And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe and like the video.
I have never seen someone get into a taxi in a more awkward fucking way.
He was lying on the floor trying
His ass crack was hanging out of the fucking taxi. Brought a bottle down here to fucking check me. I was like, what? And I was like, are you fucking serious? He's like, yeah man, that's how it's got over here nowadays.
Wear brown shoes. I can never imagine. I couldn't imagine you wearing brown shoes unless it was a wedding.
Don't you call them browners?
No.
What you call them?
I don't think it is.
It is.
Here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack, here's the crack. Welcome back, talking shit and drinking wine, like and subscribe. Here's the crack.
How's it going, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Here's the Crack podcast, part 2. I actually don't know what happened there. I think I hit record. But yeah.
You did. And you can pause it because we were ripping the shit out of you.
No, I didn't.
We'll just do it again.
We're back on the scene.
Moving mountains.
Thank you for speaking into your mic. Would you stop touching your mic as well?
I'm afraid to take it off and get shakes.
Just take it off now. It has to be done. We'll just hold it and cradle it the whole time. Anyway, we're back again. What were we going to say there?
What?
You just went,
I was going to say, Ross only likes it when you cradle him, not the mic.
oh wow.
You're jealous of the mic.
Sweaty backs on backs.
I can always hear the viewers laughing their tits off at that.
Oh, well.
Anyway, we're back again. Another solo one. We're just going to absolutely go in on this one. Don't know what we're going to say, but we'll kickstart it. Do you have any questions?
I have the
she's
first
her hand up.
question.
Jesus, sure no.
So, guys, what are your ex?
Oh, give over. I hate this. Like, this is the worst thing ever. Like,
My ick is you.
I hate the way this is a thing. It's so stupid. Like, what's your biggest ick? Like, oh my god, when a boy walks down from the bowling alley, people say that all the time.
Really?
What?
Yeah, they're like the way boys walk when after they've bowled in a bowling alley and like things like that.
What, like, what's...
Just like the way.
Obviously you
people
fucking moonwalk out of it, like, so what do you do?
Just like the way. people
Moonwalk's
walk
good
by.
as fuck,
Have
like.
you never heard that one?
No? What, like, without a ball, or like, what, like...
Just like after you bowl, just the way people walk by.
Explain the walk, like.
I don't know. I didn't.
I
Come
feel
up
like
with it.
no.
just
I
seen
feel
it,
like it's like whenever boys walk down after they've had a strike. Like realistically, if you bowl one and it goes in the gutter, you're hardly gonna walk down and be like.
I've heard one when boys walk down a hill. It's such an ick. Do you know when you're like
Why did
moving
you
forward?
convulge whenever you said
Because
that?
it's so because like when boys walk down a hill,
I know,
just
but,
boys
like,
do everything.
I
They
don't
like
know.
bounce.
it's like, do you know when you're kind of like leaning forward? I don't know.
And they're
there's
like
something about
bouncing
that.
on their legs.
I just hate this whole ick thing.
I don't really have. Do I?
Everyone has an ick.
What's your ick?
I just said it.
When boys walk down a
Fucking
hill.
hell.
Yeah.
Like, how often do you be out?
You just be sitting at the bottom of the hill,
Oh,
being like,
fucking disgusting.
But just if it happened, I'd be like, oh.
So if you were out for like a walk or something, and your mate was like, "Come on, we'll go sit in this park bench," you'd like look at it and be like, "No, it's at the bottom of a hill." And honest to God, I just can't watch people walk down that hill, especially if they're male.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
do
Then
you
you
be
have
walking down a hill with Rohan, just being like, I can't deal with you right now.
Yeah.
Just like get out of my
Yes.
sight.
every time.
Wow.
So you don't have any ex at all?
Can't think of one. Like,
Because
I
I'm
just
normal.
don't like the word. I just
person.
hate the word ick. It's just like something that annoys
Your
someone.
ick
It's like,
is ick.
like
Oh.
pretty much. Like. Wow. The way
fucking
people are
mind-blowing.
like, oh, I broke up with him. He just started giving me the ick. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think that's a valid excuse to break up with someone because you give them an ick?
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I just think it's so stupid. Like, it's just like, where did this start?
What's your ick? What's your ick?
Me?
You're bound to have an ick.
Fuck, I need a minute to think. It was fucking... I will come
My
back to me, come
my
back to me,
ick
come
is
back to me.
whenever Ross edits the podcasts.
Actually, is such an ick of mine.
Oh,
If you
word.
don't get ex, maybe you give the ick. That might be it.
Fuck, that's...
You are hitting deep today. Who hurt you?
Oh my
Who
God.
hurt you out of this room?
Oh my god.
Where do I
really,
start?
I feel like the minute I would say an ick, people would be like, such an ass. You know what I mean?
Like, what is an ick?
I don't.
Girls who
really know.
don't drive.
Why?
What?
Go explain. Go.
Well, like, Aoife drives, so it's fine, like, but... Do you think it's, like, such a thing where girls are, like, expected to be... If they don't drive, they want to be driven about.
But it's
And then
okay.
they expect you to do that as a boyfriend. Like,
It's okay when boys don't drive though.
like I don't
That's an
fucking
ick
date
too.
boys, like, so I don't care. Like, it doesn't annoy me, like. if boys don't drive. Cause
But
like,
so is it a nick for you, not girls in particular, just like it's a nick for you whenever people just don't drive but like expect to be driven around, like male or female?
yeah. I suppose it, obviously
can
we
see
come
that.
from the country and it's like you need to drive or you're fucked. Or
Yeah.
you're walking 10 miles
Yeah.
barefoot to get anywhere. Like,
Quite
I
versatile.
don't, I
So you
don't,
can't
I
afford
don't
shoes.
like it when people just don't drive, like don't learn how to drive. So
Yeah.
like, oh, right, wait, I just didn't need to.
yeah.
You're just like, right.
There's going to be a point in your life where you need to drive. Like,
How'd you get to work? Oh, daddy lives me to work.
yeah.
How do you get home?
I
Daddy
hate
lives
I'd
Do
hate
you know
having to
what I
ask
mean?
people for lifts all the time.
I understand
I
if
hate being
people
that
like
person.
can't drive because like for medical reasons or something. But
Yeah.
like
Why
realistically,
Fuck
do you
me.
get so deep?
well, like I know, like we're just exempting them people, but
Ross
like,
feels like we'll have to explain
but at the
ourselves now
same
'cause
time-
in case we get
Disclaimer.
at the same time, like I do understand where you're coming from because it's just a pain in the ass, and I would hate to be one of them people. It's like, oh, here, can you give me a lift?
But it's difficult
Yeah.
getting your driving test too. Like it took me 3 times. to get my test.
3
Yeah.
Many
Yeah.
times, right, we'll go around. Many times take you.
once,
Once.
What about theory?
once.
Serious?
Yeah.
I feel my theory on the hazard perception.
I mean, I just clicked that thing like nothing.
I didn't
more.
know
I
what
just
to
think there's
do.
a child.
I went on to it.
Click.
I had fucking near full marks on the theory. Like, got on it. I was like, right, ready to get up off the seat. Now you'll do your hazard perception. I was just sitting there like, what the fuck is this? Like,
Did you not know it was?
I didn't know what. Didn't know how to do it or nothing. Like,
Did you not download the apps from the App Store?
no.
Where
I did. I downloaded the theory where you give you the questions and stuff. You know, multiple choice.
Yeah,
Fucking-
but the theory's pretty easy.
think
Like
got,
at
like,
the end of the day,
3
it's like,
now.
oh, you come across a motorcyclist who's crashed his motorcycle. He's lying on the road. What do you do? Take off his helmet, offer him a beverage, call 999, or give him a crisp high five.
Some
Or
of them
drive
are
away.
I
hilarious.
don't remember that question.
Yeah,
Some of them's hard. Like,
yeah.
Signs
I'll actually
and
see if I
stuff.
can get it up here.
I was a fine driver until I came to the test, and then I literally remember I was driving out. I had taken I was like the best customer my driving instructor had because he raised the price, but didn't raise them for me because I'd been taking the lessons that long. And then on my 3rd test,
still
started
paying
the
in punt.
car, drove out of the junction, and just stalled in the middle of the road. And I was just going to turn back at that point because I knew already
yeah.
I'd failed again.
No luck.
But now I drive.
So if you ever see Leash on the road, stay the fuck away. Just crash into you.
Yeah, there is a motorcycle. I can't get it up here, but there is a genuine question on it where it's like you come across a motorcyclist and stuff. I feel like the ones where it's like asking about child seats and stuff are hard.
Remember one specifically, it's like if you're driving down the motorway and your phone rings, should you
Answer.
put it on loudspeaker, pull over the hard shoulder to take it? Or it was like, I don't know, the fourth one's always like a ridiculous answer, like fucking crash into the barrier and get stopped as soon as possible, get out of the car, stand in the middle lane and answer the phone. But I remember that one specifically.
Lucinda was saying she was up working this week and she came home and it was like, I have something to tell you, and I was like, what? And she was like, I was walking along the footpath, right, and I think it was like one of them junctions like what it's like outside here, like a crossroads. She was like, I was just like standing at the traffic lights waiting to go across, and this like really like zooped up car was like sitting revving and apparently like pulled out and like done like a drift, like coming out like pure Tokyo drift. And she was like, but what was the car it done it in front of? And I was like, what? And she was like, it was an unmarked police car. And I was like, no way. And she was like, they just stuck the lights on and went after him. I was like, how unlucky is that? And I was like, right. But like,
that's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
so, have you ever stopped by the Popo?
No, surprisingly not. Well, pulled over checkpoints. I've never been
Checkpoint.
chased. Oh, I have.
I have
have.
to.
Oh, this is a good story.
When I was 14.
What?
Go,
Yeah.
tell it.
Are you
Are you allowed to say?
Yeah, don't know. Might have to ask me agent first. But no, I was 14. You know, like farm boy, like driving about in your dad's pickup, feeding cows like, around the roads. Flying out the road with two boys in the yoke with me. Came to a crossroads.
You went so far with 2 boys in the yoke with me.
It was like a country crossroads, like, so you never ever seen cops at it. Came to it, the fucking crossroads was absolutely rammed for some reason. There's 2 cars in front of me, and coming the other direction was now 3 cars. So each car went one at a time, and then I just spied it, the cop car at the back of the cars coming towards us. I was like, fuck, what do we do? So I like grabbed the fucking sun visor, put it down, and like sat way up in the seat. So I was like, they'll not see me. But the other 2 were freaking out and drove through the crossroads, and then they were like, oh, they looked around. I was like, it's fine. Straight up the hill. And like, I mean, looked in the rearview mirror just as I was about to go over the brow of the hill. The police car was turning at the crossroads. I fucking floored it down the hill into these wee back roads, and there's this like slither of a road, and I mean, I was going handbrake around it and all. And if I looked behind me and there was clouds of dust, like, that's how fast I was going. But then I thought, oh, we're away. Got on the straight, lights came on behind me. I was like, I have to stop, like, I have to stop. So they pulled me out of the car and all. I was like, have you license? I was like, no. What age you? 14. You got insurance? I was like, well, no. And then they're checking the tax and all, but like, not like, they only just took me in and they were like, give me the warning and all, and like, I had like a 2-year Oswald, so like I wasn't allowed to do anything for 2 years.
Drive, like.
So did you go
Wasn't
to
allowed
the
to
police
get
station?
caught. Yeah. Well, I had to go back and like the next day my dad had to come out and like lift me and all.
Did you stay the night?
No, lift me from the vehicle. Like,
They're already gonna be
enough-
like, here,
funny-
that's a warning. Get back in that car.
Funny
drive home."
story. At the end of it, they'd all finished up talking. They were like, right, so we've spoken to your mum and dad there. And we've explained the situation and stuff. So you're going to have to come into the police station in 2 days or whatever the fuck it was. I was like, right, okay. I turn around and I goes, right, so can I go on here now? She was like, no, you have to wait here till they come.
They ring your dad, and your dad's like, "Did he get them cows fed?" No, well, send him on there.
Yeah. So yeah, I got that was the first time I got pulled
I
over.
feel like that's
But it's joyriding, like.
yeah. I didn't know I was friends with a criminal.
So that was so awkward then in school because we had this careers advisor come in and she was like, what do you want to be whenever you grow up? And I was like, oh, I want to do architecture and all. Any criminal record? Me at like 15, I was like, yeah. And then she was like, oh, don't worry about it, I've heard it all before. So I had to sit and explain this to a careers advisor and all. So awkward.
Oh my word.
So
This is really depressing now.
yeah.
My God.
You've really turned your life around.
You got stopped.
Aye.
Yeah.
Now here we
Is
are.
this a good
Elaborate.
a story? Is this?
Basically, I don't want to get laughed at, but I'm not a great driver. Got the test and all, but I couldn't parallel park. So before I went down to Belfast, I could parallel park, but I wasn't great. So I was in Tesco car park with my boyfriend, and I was just practicing parallel parking. And the next thing you know, the lights are coming, and I just knew they were going to stop me. And the policeman came up to me and was like, "Right, love, I'll tell you what it is. This is your boyfriend's car and he's teaching you how to drive." And it was actually even more embarrassing. I wish that was the story, but then he was just teaching me how to parallel park. So I got my license out and I was like, no, this is my car.
Yeah.
This is my license and I do actually drive, but I just can't park.
Oh, did
So
you?
he's like, okay, love, right.
So he came up to you and he was like, "I'll tell you the story."
I'll tell you what's happening. And he tried to get me out of the car and I was like, no, I'll tell you. And I just showed him my license.
Wow.
I know.
Wild card.
I was like, thank God.
That's such a low blow, like. Him,
I
like,
know.
yeah, he must be
He's trying to
teaching
get
you to
us out
drive
of
because you're
out
so
of the
bad
car
at
and
it.
all. Yeah. I was like,
That's
no,
twisty, like.
just a shit parker.
I've never been pulled over at all. Thank God, Touchwood.
Yeah,
Never.
Ross on the way home from here.
Never. Ever. Thank God. Well, like there's been like checkpoints and stuff. Like the last time I got pulled over by the police was like one of them, like at the very, very start of this whole lockdown thing, and they were pulling people over to see like what you were doing, and we had got like our Asda shop or something, and there was like stuff left over, and Mum was girding about it, and I was like, I'll just drive up to Asda, and Mum was like, you can't go out, there's COVID, and I was like, no, we can go out. So I took her up, and they'd stopped us on the way out from like Cullyback to Ballymena, and they were like, yo, what are you doing out? And I was just like, we're away up to get groceries and all, and immediately like my ma went into like a full scale like story as to why we were out. We're like, the Asda man came, and unfortunately he didn't have all the stuff, and the police one was just like, I could not, but like there was a queue of traffic on the road. Mum was going into like a full scale like, you wonder where I get it from, it's her. It was like, she was like, well, and he's just offered to take me up, like I'm a bit concerned about going into the shop, so I've got my mask and all with me, and the woman was just like, so you're going to get groceries? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, right, go on ahead then. I drove away, I looked at her, I was like, why did you go into like I'm just scared you're going to get fined. I'm like, fined for what? Getting groceries. But it was that like really like, you remember that fragile point in like
could only
lockdown
go
where
out
like
for,
you
like,
did
an hour a
not
day.
know, like, and you just heard like people were getting fined left, right and centre. Like, here, move that table.
Sorry.
Boris was just sinking bottles of wine.
Yeah, Boris was just
Yeah.
out
Cheese and wine.
being
Worrying
an
about us.
absolute Hallion.
Ledge.
But no, apart from that, never stopped for any other reason. Touchwood.
Yeah.
Touchwood. You had other questions, or what was it you were going to ask? I feel like you had
I
something.
don't know,
Since the
nothing.
ick question went so well.
Such a stupid question.
You get really triggered by
It's
this.
just annoying. I just think it's such a stupid thing.
Has someone said that you give them the ick? Is that
No,
what it
it's
is?
just I just think it's such a like I don't know. What gives you the like? It's just I just don't.
Do you think it's because you're like, what gives you the right to tell people why they shouldn't do something
'Cause
just
it's
because you don't
just-
like it, or is it just the really stupid
It's just
ones?
like what is something that annoys you? It's not like, and then there's this whole thing now like what's the ick? As if like if someone does that, I can't be in a relationship with them. Do you know what I mean?
People are so quick to throw away relationships over the ick.
That's
Like, I
what-
know girls
like
who
you're
like
breaking up
talking to
with
people and then
boys.
they're like, I've got the ick, so I can't. and
Yeah,
they're
that's
dumped.
what I mean. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Like that's like you breaking up with Rohan because he walks down a hill weirdly. Like what's that
That's
about?
actually a real thing.
Is
No.
snoring a nick?
Anything can be an ick if it.
I know, but like, is that?
If snoring was a nick, Brodo would have dumped you a long time ago.
It's just not her ick. There might be somebody
It's
else.
only because I was sleeping on my back.
Ah, dead on.
Yeah,
Flipping
the
shit
back.
the house.
Sleep on your fucking.
Did
dick.
you hear
Slap
this?
back too bad.
Yes, swear. We were all out for his birthday last week.
Yeah.
We're not
Kim-
going into too much detail
No,
here now.
come back-
Because Shea was swinging things that shouldn't have been swung.
No. And came back to his house, and me and Shea and him were up like in the living room, and Thomas fell asleep on the sofa. And it was like a couple of minutes, like everybody had kind of like settled down, like it was a bit of a hype, but like, you know what I mean, people come back drinking and all, and finally just settled down the next minute. I just felt like the TV just started like rattling.
That's such a lie. Like.
But I woke up and
So
I'm
full
not
of
I
shit.
am not joking. It was out there. And I was like,
Do you know what it was
who
like? though?
the hell's trying to start a lawnmower in the
Do
house?
you remember in like high school and someone would do something really stupid in class and he'd try not to laugh so hard that it was such a giggly moment? It was me and you landing in the boat. It's like you'd wait for it, you'd just be so quiet, and then he'd be like, and then me and you just
I was trying so hard because I'm like, right, it's obviously like a medical thing or something. Like, and I'm like, I wasn't saying anything the nights, but all you heard was Shea going. Okay, and then once that started, me and him, and then we were sitting imitating him, but like it was the fact that we were all we were so loud, we were like, how the hell does he snore like right there? And the next minute, all throughout it, you just Thomas in the background going.
that's what we kept doing. We kept going like,
It's like a pig.
Anyone listening to this is going to be so triggered. Like.
Their ears are just gonna be like bursting.
Oh my word, it was so funny, like.
that
But
was what it is.
I don't think I snore. I'm glad I don't like listen. I wouldn't know, like. But did you know? Did someone have to say
Brona
to you?
says it's only like when I sleep on my back or if I've been drinking. I snore.
Right.
Fun fact.
Fun fact. Are you like a really heavy sleeper?
I don't know.
You need to put a peg on your nose and you'll not snore.
You're really
Suffocate. like.
you're a really heavy sleeper if you've been out drinking.
Who isn't?
I don't know.
Did we snore? Did I snore? I don't think you snored.
Don't know. I never snore. I know I don't really snore. Remember that night? Hey, we went out. We went out a night, and we ended up back at your mate's house, and then you just disappeared.
Yeah.
You just went home, and me and Shea were in this random house that we didn't really know.
Listen to
Oh yeah.
I just get to the stage where if I'm gonna I feel like I'm
You
gonna
just
be
go for a
sick,
bath.
I need to go to bed. Like.
But like I was up in the. I remember going up to the toilet and then coming back down, and Shea was like, "Oh well," and I said, "Where's Tommy?" And I remember me and you were outside before that, and we were having like one of them really like deep conversations, but like he was steaming, like, and I was just like, "Oh, right, what's the point?" So we're back inside. The next minute I come down, I was like, "Want to finish the conversation?" I said, "Where's Thomas?" Don't know. And I went around every room, couldn't find Thomas. I remember going to Duncan and was like, "Where's he gone to?" And he was like, "Calm down, like he's probably away a walk." And I was like, "Away a walk? He's steaming. Where's he
Away a
going to
walk.
end up?" So I remember like 2 o'clock in the morning, we were coming out of Duncan's house, and I rung Brona, and I was like, "Brona, like, we've lost him. He's just gone." Like, and Brona goes, "He rung me. He's in the house." And I was like, "How do you know?" Like, he could have been in any, like you could have dared into anybody's house. I was like, "He's home. He's home. It's fine, Ross." And I was like,
into
"Right."
anyone's house. Like.
Right, okay. So we got back to the house, opened up the. Thank God you had one of your old flat was keypad, and we knew
Oh,
the
yeah.
code. Because if you'd have just dirted home with a key, me and him were left outside the whole night. If you actually do think about it, though,
Yeah.
we put in the keypad, opened up. I went straight to the room to see if he'd been there. Just carnage all over the house. So clearly, you just stumbling through the door, and just everything was knocked over.
So funny, like Ross like a wee mummy on a night out. And then I'm just coming along like, fuck I like be gone, don't worry about it.
He goes on the way home. I was like pure saying to Shea, I was like, lad, we need to find him. Like if we get back here and he's not here, like what are we gonna do? And Shea just on the way past it, we stop in and get a kebab. And I was like, yeah, no bother. Went in and got a
Priorities.
kebab. Spent like 20 minutes, And then for some reason you were gone like.
I had a dance off with the boy in the kebab place and all. Remember that?
Shit, you had a dance off. Did I tell you what happened on the way back in your street?
No.
I'm doing along with him, having a very serious conversation, worrying about you as usual. Next minute, Shea just absolutely belts down the middle of the road on top of his car, jumps on top of the bonnet and belly slides over his roof and just drops off the other side. I had the kebab in my hand, but I was like, what? I just couldn't see him. This was the night we were recording with 2 Degrees and he got drunk on the wine.
Straight.
You just went like, what? Out there, took off running and just and slid over, and I went, oh my word. But you belly slid and I thought he's hit his head. Like, he's hit his head. Shay's concussed or cracked open and Tommy's gone. Like, what am I gonna do? You just got up from the other side of the car and just went, my name's Shea and this is Jackass. Out there. We get in the house. He was lying. I mean, I genuinely thought he was dead. I get in, I was like, Thomas, pure shaking him. No response at all. I was like, Thomas. No response at all. Shea just came in, I was like, mate, he's dead. And Shea was just like, well, this kebab, we'll deal with it in the morning. I was like, yeah, no bother.
You're on it.
Our mate's just lying there out cold. No
Shea
bother.
both dead. Ross on his own. With 2 kebabs.
But what question did you have there? Did you open up your phone to find it?
I did, but then I closed it again. It wasn't really a question. I just wanted to take you back to your school days and some of the stuff that went on. Do you remember people used to wear brown shoes and jeans out? So I've been seeing all these rugby posts recently where it's like, oh, you know, the rugby started whenever you see all the lads with the brown shoes and jeans coming out. But there was a time like people actually wore that in like Sense and all. So like any of those photos you see from them memes now, a lot of them are from people from like Sense nightclub in Cookstown.
Like,
so these are like circulating.
These
These are like
Browners,
circulating in
browners.
England and all.
Are they?
Yeah, like all these English meme pages, and then like you can see up in the top corner Sense.
No way.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure I know some of the people in the photos. Like, and that would have been the time we would have went to Sense.
Did you wear brown shoes?
No,
I can never imagine. I couldn't imagine you wearing
I
brown
only
shoes
wear,
unless
like,
it was a
brown
wedding.
shoes if I'm wearing a suit.
Don't
or
you call them
something.
browners?
No.
That's what you call them.
I
Browners.
don't think it is.
It is.
You just made that up.
Anyone calls
That's a
them that?
country thing. I think I've heard a few
Browners?
farmers being like, oh,
Is
the
it
blue
brown?
jeans and the browners.
Yeah.
Is a browner not the thing you leave in the toilet?
Oh fuck.
What's the worst clothing brand?
Brand?
Yeah.
I don't know, but do you know what was a questionable one?
Like, what's the...
Remember the chinos came out that
Oh,
time?
Lord, chinos were so bad.
Chinos were class.
Remember, like, the
That's because
the
Bieber
tan,
wore them.
the
Beige
tan
chinos.
chinos.
Yeah.
I'm
And then the
pretty
red
sure
ones came out and like you were level 2 if you had
maroon
red.
ones.
Yeah.
Do you remember
I-
everybody used to wear the super dry coats?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's what I was gonna say.
Yes.
Like, Super J has to be
Yeah.
one of the worst. Like.
There's a super
was-
dry
They're
there's
not
a super
bad,
dry
like-
shop in Ballina.
I know, but back then, but now
Do you know the worst
see
ones?
guys in the pub with a Super J t-shirt on, you're like, oh, lad, and the gel back
PTSD,
hair.
like
And they always have too much gel in
Yeah.
their hair. Like,
way too much.
it's just a
Leave them
fucking...
alone.
But do you know what that do you know what that stems from?
We've now
Do you know what that stems from? Too much gel.
Left leash on a Super J jumper.
Ugh.
and the browners.
With brown shoes on.
Come on, dog, get in this passenger seat and we go on a cruise.
Come on, you to me getting us gel.
Could you see
Right,
Rohan
so-
wearing browners? I neither.
Whenever he's reversing into space, he puts his hand behind your seat and all.
Egg.
Eck.
Is that a nick?
Darker hand.
Yeah, wing us in this parking space.
But sometimes it's alright. Like if you have a nice pair of brown shoes, skinny jeans, but I don't think it's acceptable in a nightclub.
Like, no,
You-
I just don't like.
Like if you're going to a pub maybe at the weekend, skinny round or skinny jeans and brown shoes. Like if they're a nice shoe and stuff.
I wouldn't.
But it's the
skinny,
fucking-
skinny jeans aren't
It's
even a thing anymore.
it's the boot cut.
They're not a thing.
skinny jeans.
It's the
are
boot
dead.
cut jeans and they're absolutely covering the fucking
Yeah.
brown shoes like your ABBA.
I don't
walking
mind
about with your
wearing,
flared
I don't mind
trousers
wearing
there.
brown shoes with like a suit and you're
Yeah.
wearing trousers because they look alright. But like with jeans,
I got told by a girl one day, I was sitting down so she couldn't see what I was wearing. I was like, oh, what about skinny jeans? Are they still in style? She's like, anyone who wears skinny jeans is a weirdo. But I went on about skinny jeans. Like, if you wear skinny jeans, you have no fashion. You're stuck in 2016. And I stand up wearing my
Skinny jeans.
Yeah.
you're-
that's
you
all.
said-
Never
Yeah.
worn them since.
What
Threw
you
them in
say
the
I've
bin.
never spoke to her since.
No, I've never worn them since.
I love skinny jeans.
You still
they're out
You
of
love
style.
skinny jeans.
You
Good
just like
arsehole.
anything. that
But your
sticks to your
skin, your skinny is skinny, you know.
Mm.
You are like skinny.
Spray on. I always go for the spray on. Yeah. I get them extra short too, so they're way out my
They're
leg.
just not even comfortable. as well.
I never wore like the brown. Well, maybe I did when I was like.
You do wear brown shoes?
No.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
Brown boots. Like
Boots.
not boots, like not boots, like farmer boots.
Dealer
Like I mean,
boots.
like you know,
Chelsea
like the
boots.
suede.
Chelsea.
You know,
Chelsea
like those
boots.
Chelsea
Yeah,
boots.
no,
Like I
yeah.
used to wear like black skinny jeans and like Chelsea boots.
Wow.
Like yeah, that was what. Because I remember going out with yous one night and yous were all wearing trainers and I rocked up in the. This is like whenever like the first night Thomas was like. Me and Thomas were like kind of chatting and met and stuff, like getting friendly and all. And Thomas was like, "Do you want to come out with us on a like a Saturday night or
Nice.
something?" I
Like
said,
first
"Yeah, like
date?
first
So
flipping
cute.
time." He walks in with like nice like white trainers on. Then Shea walks in with nice white trainers on. First time I ever met Shea. Me sitting there with black skinny jeans.
I had to pull Tommy out to the side. I was like, "Where the fuck did you find this guy?
Sure is this.
Who the fuck?
Who
What's he
is
wearing?"
What shoes is he wearing?
brown skinnies. Like.
But was it the same up we used? Like, was
Yeah,
that the
no,
thing
it's
to
still
wear?
a thing.
I feel
But,
like,
like, whenever you-
Genuinely, it's still a
I
thing.
feel like up where you're from, if you wore trainers, you'd be a trampler. They'd just
Yeah.
be like, what the fuck's he wearing?
But like, say teenage discos, whenever you were like, say 14 or what would people wear to that?
Well, we used to have socials, which was like,
Yeah.
a lot of them were like church based.
Yeah, they have
and
them.
like
We have them
all
too.
orange halls.
But we don't go to them.
But like,
They're in Katie, but we don't.
yeah,
Or Armagh,
but
we
like
don't go to them.
there was like these socials, and you always done like the whole like musical chairs, farmer wants a wife, and all that. There,
Yeah.
Oh my
I was like,
Yeah.
looking back on it now, I'm like, oh my god! Like I went to like 2 or 3 of them, and I
it
thought
actually
like,
sounds like, what do you call it? Like those Mormon towns? Like that's what bottom line it sounds like.
What do you do at the farm wants a wife thing?
right, so
She's just drive around like
So,
hay bales and all.
there's this game.
There's all these competitions and it's like
There's this-
women off to like milk cows and all. It's like, and then the men stand around and be like, I don't know, should be good. What time do you get up in the morning? Would you be able to go down and feed
But
the
like,
chickens?
I remember it was like, oh, like the socials went on to like 1 o'clock in the morning. You were like, wild. You were like 14 at the time. But it was like you went round and there was these
what age were you
chairs.
when you were going to this?
13, 14.
16.
You never
So
went to
goes.
Sense then?
No.
Did you ever go to like a proper nightclub when you were younger?
No.
Sense is what the
No,
place
like
to
we
be.
There's
like
no
it was
nightclubs in
six,
Ballymena,
like
is there?
six. There's no nightclubs in like, but like whenever
Oh,
I was
but
like
there
fourth
must have
year and
been,
fifth year,
would
like you would have got like like a lot of ones I knew got like the bus up to Kelly's
Yeah,
and
that's what
stuff.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say,
But
was
like
Kelly's
no,
not a
like
thing.
see, like I wouldn't have went out to like 16 or something. Like I get in with like friends and stuff. Who would, but like it would have always been like either like going like houses or like going to like places in Ballymena where you knew you'd be like allowed in.
Yeah.
But like, no, like, I think the whole farmers wants a wife thing was like you paired up with like a woman, like you walked around and then when the music stopped, you had to like find a seat and then the woman came and sat on your knee and all.
Shut up.
It was deadly. Like
That is like my worst. That would be my worst nightmare.
looking
as a
back on it
14-year-old
now,
child, like.
I genuinely don't know because I'm an awkward person. I imagine, like,
Did any woman sit in your knee?
yeah. Oh,
You
all the
pure
women want to
rock
sit in my
hard,
knee.
like,
Oh,
it's like, please touch me.
Oh my god.
That was so. And
And, like,
that would have got like. I'm not joking, mate. It would have got really like aggressive,
It
where
would've
like
got really mad.
like the people wanted to win so bad. Like you would have been like like women flinging themselves on your knee and pure like knocking boys over in chairs and all.
And was there a thing where like all the girls sort of knew, oh, that boy has land, I want to sit in his
That boy
knee, or
has land.
what did they choose based on? Sorry, I'll wait till you're back.
All the girls talking before they go out. I think that buys a few acres, you know. They've got
I
money
heard-
on him.
I heard he's got about 40 acres. That's not well.
I don't think it was ever like that. I don't know. Like, I don't know from like the female
see.
point of view. Like, does that still go? Well, you still see people on like social media be like, if she's no driving a Land Rover, then I don't want to be anywhere near him.
Oh, don't.
That gives me the echo wee bit.
That
like,
isn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
come
there's
on,
one.
not use that word.
like
Oh,
the
it makes
ick.
me sick. Stop.
If
Yeah,
you
so
come
like-
over to my neck of the woods with a non-Nissan, then you can get out now. Oh my god.
I can't believe people actually talk like that as well.
Well,
It's a
each their
choice.
own.
Oh yeah, did you like Buckfast whenever you were growing up, or did you just drink it because everyone else drank
I
it?
don't think anyone likes Buckfast.
That's exactly what I thought.
don't think
Nobody likes Buckfast. You only drank it because everyone else drank it and you wanted to.
I don't ever. I used to drink it when I was younger. But I never remember drinking it going, "Fuck, this is nice." Eh?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Because I tried it like a few times, but I always remember anyone who took a swig to be like after it, and then you'd be like, "Do you like that?" Oh, nice. It's good when you get used to it. Like
Yeah,
that was
no,
always the thing.
Everyone would
Once you
always
get
said after about the first 2 sips, it's good.
and
like.
halfway, you always heard. Once you get halfway, like.
But
fine.
once you get halfway through anything, like
you just fucking buy something nice. Like.
And then everyone going into the off license looking for the numbers.
As
like,
if they were fucking
like,
connoisseurs.
number
like.
6, like I get number 6 every time. Like it's the best one. You're like, they all taste the
23's
same.
a bit sour. Like I prefer a bit of a mellow tone. Like. Getting on
Like,
the fucking
and
bus
they're
to Club
like,
Lawn.
the higher the number, the like more sour it is. You know,
Yeah.
you want to get a good low number. It's nice and sweet.
Sweet, you know, like likes to be somewhere in between. Like. But no, nobody actually likes Buckfast. I don't think anyone ever did and never will.
No.
What's
stinking,
the one drink you would have got when you were younger? Like for a carry out. Now you're like, how did I drink that?
Glen.
Aqua Falls.
Glens.
Does anyone
vodka.
like
I
Aqua Falls?
know, but I used to get. I remember me and one of my mates.
Sambuca.
For a carry out.
Me and Robbie got split a liter. But I was never sick in my life in Dublin teenage disco. We got a liter bottle between us, thinking, oh, it's not lethal. It smells like a liquor's class. Split it with had a half a liter bottle or half a 10 glass each, and mix it with Fanta lemon or no Fanta tropical Fanta. It was fucking disgusting.
I remember
Worst
me
night of my
and
life.
one of my mates used to get a bottle of Cactus Jacks.
Oh,
I used to, yeah.
Yeah.
Drink a
I had the
bottle.
same.
Like, how did we do that?
Cactus Jack's
disgusting.
not bad.
I know, but it's just like when you think of it
Full
now, would you
bottle.
go get a bottle of Cactus Jacks? You used to drink a full bottle on the way up the road. Like.
That's
This
my
is
night
even
out.
worse,
Get
isn't
a
it?
wee Cactus Jack
Fucking
for.
mental. It used to taste so good. I mean the Cola Cubes one.
It's nice.
Yeah. You wouldn't do it.
I remember me and Robbie went to a house party one time, but it was like his older brother's friend's 18th birthday. We were like 15,
Right.
and we landed back. They took us to the office. It's like landed back with a bottle of Cactus Jacks, drinking away at it, like sipping on it. And they were like, "That's shots, like you have to take that as shots." Us being the young lads, all these older lads were like, "Oh yeah,
That's
we
not
need to
nice.
shot this, like." So we started.
drill.
Must have been.
We started taking shots of it. Blacked out.
Some Cactus
Blacked out.
Jacks.
Yeah. After about 2 hours, like. Don't even remember.
Oh no, but you're drinking a full bottle of it, like it is.
It's fine if you're drinking it. See if you start shotting it. For some reason, if you like start taking shots of it, it just gets you fucked away quicker. Hacks. There,
Maybe you're just
there you
drinking
go,
quicker.
kids. If you've only got it, if your mummy only give you a tenner, get a bottle of Cactus Jacks and shot it. Like get you drunk quicker.
You mind them bottles we used to get of the like Red Bull and vodka in the bottle? They're like
Red
35
Square.
a bottle.
Red Square.
They're
What would
unreal.
have been your order when you were going out?
What do you mean?
Like people used to be like, it used to be vodka Red Bull. Everybody used to get. Be like rocket
Yeah.
fuel.
When we were younger, like me and him used to drink
there's
like
so
3
many
bottles
awful
of that
stories
stuff
about
on the way
drinking,
up
like.
the road. Like.
I used to get red or vodka and blackcurrant and then
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
vomited on the
Red
bus
diesel.
one night on the way home,
I
and
used to get
rocked up and down the
Boost
bus.
and
And
vodka. Boost and like mix a quarter bottle and then.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
it was solid. Like it was rocket fuel.
Ours, the big one down our way was Glens.
Glens is
Glens
what you got,
vodka.
like, it was the
Glens
cheapest
was
one, like.
literally like the wee, like you just looked like you were at the side of the street begging. Like it was like the proper like quarter bottle, and ones would have just rocked up. Like I remember one night we were sitting at a party, like, and we were sitting in this boy's house. Boy Philip, mate of mine, rocked up with a litre bottle of Glens, and we were all like, oh, he's a flipping madman, that there boy. Like he rocked up with a litre bottle of Glens. Like it was like, oh, we're drinking this tonight, boys. And we were like, oh, slow down, that'll kill you. You know what I mean? But yeah, you would have took like one shot of Glens vodka and you'd have thought you were invincible. Like, and looking back, I could not look at the stuff now. See if I see anybody like even sitting in the supermarket, like I'm like, what?
I can't even drink vodka now.
No, same.
Do you remember like taking a step up from a quarter bottle to a half bottle?
Those were the days. Like.
That was when you know your alcohol
I remember
tolerance
the
went up
first
through
time
the
I
roof.
done that, didn't get in. Like, me absolute steaming.
There was
Took it too far.
a fella I used to work with, and he was Polish. And any nights out we went on work, he got like one like we would always organise, like it was typical like work night out was organised like 2 months in advance, so everybody had no excuses but to go. And he always had like family flying out and in from Poland, and he used to always bring back this Polish vodka. And he just like, we do not know what it was, but he just like, it was like raspberry and strawberry and all that there. And we used to rent a house, and like the amount of stuff that happened after people drunk that Polish vodka, unreal. It was like, it done something to you that I
That's
cannot
so dodgy.
explain.
Like,
Like,
what do you say the amount of stuff people done?
What happened to you? Like?
no, I can't even.
Are you okay?
No, like,
Don't want to talk about it.
I seen some stuff on like
Trigger warning.
people that I thought I knew very well after they had that Polish vodka just transformed into different people, like pure wanting to like scrap and all. We were out in Portrush one night, round it, you know, like the Anchor, was it the Anchor Bar and all?
Right.
And there's like people that we like knew, like I worked with them and all, right, for, like well, like just like I don't know, like, it was like they were completely different people. Like, but it was always like I remember we were all sitting at work one day and we were like, what's making people be like this? And then we're like, the Polish vodka. So like we just were like, no, stop bringing that. But it was like, you know, when you took like a shot off it, it was like, you know, when you take medicine where it's not like water, it's not like a liquid, it's more like a liqueur. Like there's a bit of like density to it. It's like,
Yeah.
Couldn't look at it now. You know?
What's your shot of choice now?
Chalk pops.
Chalk pops,
Really?
yeah.
Getting out. I
Johnny
can't have
Chalk
anything raw. Like
No.
some big no
Chalk pops
vodka.
or
No.
Baby Guinness, though.
Baby Guinness.
Maybe I have Baby Guinness. I'd maybe the baddest that I go is probably tequila.
I think I could
I'll
do
put it on
I
line.
can do tequila, like, but I can't do Zambuca.
Anything
Did you
else?
not do vodka?
Shots of vodka?
No.
No.
Over tequila.
No.
No, definitely not.
Vodka's nail polish.
Vodka's
Remover.
rotten. Hey.
It's disgusting. Like. It just strips you.
What about, we were out there the other night at that Chubby Cherub and the girl came over and was like, would you like to taste the wine? Like made like a pure, we ordered
are
wine.
so uncultured. Like
And, you were like, but there was a scene made at that, like she was like, what do you want? And you were like, I don't know. And then I just randomly went, is there a blanche, a blanc like out there?
like,
And
is
she's
there
like,
a
what?
blanche?
I was trying to explain. You guys will get a what is it? Yeah, the blanche,
blush,
and then
yeah.
you or
A
blush,
blush, yeah,
and then you
it's
left
a
it to
bit
me to
more-
order, and I was like, I'll have one of those. It's like a mix of rosé and a mix of white
like
wine.
halfway
and then I
between-
was looking to you for the name, and then you were like, yeah, and then I was like, it's like a mix, and then I just repeated myself, and then
She
you just
was
left
like,
me there like.
she was like, what? And then I got really awkward then. I was like, whatever.
I just took the menu and I was like, we're having this one. It's just like,
Your
this is
user
a
fancy
mess.
now going to Chubby Cherub.
I know, hey.
No way.
You made it.
We're big
Yeah.
time
You
now.
are
Yeah.
They knew who we were and all.
special, but
What was it
No.
you said?
Oh, I don't even know
What was it you
what
said in the Tipsy Bird?
In the Tipsy Bird. In the Tipsy Bird they gave
they
behind
kept
the
trying
bar
to kick us
nails.
out. Like.
And Shea was me and Shea had Arvin up dancing and he was like having me up dancing and all and he was like lifting Aoife and dancing there and all and like the guy kept going over and being like, you need to calm down, like.
But he wouldn't kick me out.
And then he's like,
But he knew you.
he came over
No,
and
the
he's
guy
like
behind the bar,
he's
yeah.
come up to me 3 times and he hasn't kicked me out. He's like we're bigger than the Tipsy Bird. He's like, you're not going to kick us out. And he just looked at him and he's like, stop.
I was taking the piss, but then I got really serious. I was like,
Now he's
Maybe
like,
we are,
we're
It's gotten to
definitely
your
not
head.
here. Like, we definitely are. Like.
The bouncer came over at one stage and Shea was trying to fling me about. And the bouncer came over and was like, is he your mate? And I was very tempted to just be like, nah, don't know. But he was like, is he your mate? And all that. And he pure
my God.
intervened between me and you. He was like, see if he's your mate. Like, you can't be doing him like that. You can't be treating him like that. And I was like, exactly. And then Shea just took a notion that night where every single sentence ended with a script there. So we just kept talking to the guy. I was like, no, I'm not like that. Script there. The guy was like, why is he talking like
I
that?
don't
And I was
know.
like, honestly, I can't explain.
You were just on
you
another
just got
level.
something in your head. Like.
It was definitely the cocktails in the Haymarket.
Oh my fucking
Do you know
God,
what?
those
The
days.
bouncers in Belfast have no shame. Like they are just.
What do you mean?
They're just. I've just had a few experiences. They have
Give
no
us one.
mercy.
Go.
They just have no mercy. Like really.
Can you give us a good story?
I don't know. I've just like there's times that like you just don't get in and stuff, and for absolutely no reason. Like, so I have to be like real like on my best behavior when you stand up and like the check your ID, even though I'm
I have a
flat
good
there.
one.
Sure, your boy kicked you out one night.
I got kicked out
What
there.
was it? You said he looked at you and he went, he's had too much to drink.
Hi, we went to Derry and like we would literally had a few drinks in the room, and this is like just like us lockdown. We came out of lockdown, so everywhere was still not that busy. We went into this pub and there was like a step down in, and then like where our seat where we went to sit, and I like stepped down and like sort of like tripped, like walking down just because I didn't know there was a step, and like sort of stumbled. And the bouncer came over and he goes, he's had too much to drink, I'm kicking him out. And we were just like, I was like, what are you on about? And then they were like, we've literally had like 3 drinks. And he sort of, when them two were like, what are you talking about? He sort of was like, all right, okay. And then
I got kicked out for no reason one night. Just I don't even know what I did, but I think I must have been dancing. They're like, right, you have to go. You've had too much to drink, and that's me absolutely normal. Like that is my
Sure
personality.
Oh,
They've no mercy. I was
the-
like, all my friends are inside. Like my phone's inside. They're like, we don't care. Go home.
yeah,
Sure,
Johnson.
the boy in Manchester, we went to this bar in Manchester the second night. Oh no, was it the first
That
night?
was the second night.
Second night, right? We went to this bar and it was like this like hula bar. I don't know what the heck it was, like a pure Hawaiian theme and all. It was crap. We couldn't hear each other,
Oh,
so
this
we
was the
walked
first
out.
night, yeah.
Went to this other bar and it was like there was this like club and then there was this other club in front of it, but it looked proper nice like, and we were like, we'll go in here, and it didn't look too busy. we walked in and we were literally about, and we're just that used to being like, well, like to the bouncers and just walking on in, and the boy turned around, big massive boiler, like the Rock, like he just stopped and he just put his hand out in front of me, felt the sheer mass off him. Like I was like, oh, hold on boys, this boy means business. And he turned around and he was like, ID. So we all got our IDs out. I was pure shaking at this point. I was like, this boy is aggressive. I handed him my ID and he just looked at it, and then he looked at me and he looked at it, and he'd done the same thing for all three of us. And what was it he said to us? He turns around and goes, here's how it's going to go. He was like, you go in there. He says, you go back, you go to the back. He was like, you find a seat, you sit in the seat. He was like, you order your drinks, you have a good time. He's like, any nonsense. He's like, I'm going to be straight in, you'll be out.
Was that the one where we were standing at the door and there was a boy getting in a taxi and he was fucking horizontal in the taxi?
That was outside. That was outside the casino.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
So, like the first
I have never seen someone get into a taxi in a more awkward fucking way.
He was lying on the floor trying
His
to
ass crack was hanging out of the fucking taxi.
We just looked around. Shay goes to me, what the hell's going on there? I just look around, there's this boy like at the door trying to like clip the door, and taxi driver's looking in the background like, what the
It was
hell?
one of them black cabs, so like, you know, there's like a big open floor on them. Like he was lying on the floor but holding on to the door, and the taxi driver drove away and the door was open. Like, oh my!
Because
And his
the
ass
bouncers
crack
were-
was hanging out the side of the taxi. Like,
it was like a one-way street. So like the taxi was like holding up all the other taxis, and the bouncers were
beeping like
going
fuck.
mental. The bouncers were like, get him in there, the fucker.
Get away.
Climbing in like this.
He was lying on the floor. I remember looking around and be like, boys, we're in a different neck of the country here. Like, what about your wee fella in the club? Your wee fella in the club, you come over to me and goes, he's got your girl tells me he's got a knife. He looked 13.
yeah.
We
No, the boys-
like walked in proper, like, you know, he looked like TJ off a Recess, big massive coat and all. And I remember looking around, and there was another fellow with him who had like a big like football manager coat on, and he never, like, whenever your boy turned, he turned with him, so he'd always,
Yeah.
this guy was looking out for his back.
I went down to the toilet and
Weird
I
setup.
went into the toilet and there was sort of an altercation going on. Like, it was so dingy, like, because it was down in like a basement.
Yeah.
Or it was like a closed restaurant downstairs. So I went into the toilet and there was two guys sort of like, they weren't arguing, like they were just sort of like beefing with each other. And then I went in just straight into the cubicle, locked the door, started pissing. Sort of waited till one of them left and before it came out. Then came out, and then your boy was like, oh, did you hear that cunt? And I was like, what? Like, just pretending I didn't know what was going on. And he was like, fucking brought a bottle down here. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, brought a bottle down here to fucking shank me. And I was like, what? And I was like, are you fucking serious? He's like, yeah, man, that's how it's got over here nowadays. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, oh, Irish. And I was like, thank fuck he's smelling. And then he was like, yes, that's what it's like over here now. People just want to fucking go out, like, and want to stab each other and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm way back up here. So me and him walked back upstairs, and then they sat at the table beside us. And then I was like, oh, what's crack, lad? And then he was like, hey mate, see that boy at the bar there? He's got a knife. And I was like, how do you know? And he goes, I can tell. It's like proper fucking spy
But
shit.
he
Like.
looked like a 13-year-old, like.
Yeah, and he
You
was
got
like,
no trouble
he was
with
like
Bouncer
watching.
then?
He probably owns the place. Probably some underground. But like,
got
Shay
shares,
goes,
like.
Shay came over to us, and Shay was just like leaning over the table and was like, boys, I've a bit of information there for you. And I was like, all right, what? He's like, your boy over there in the long coat. And I had twigged on, me and you had actually said, he was standing at the bar, and whenever he was facing the bar, this other guy had his back like out to the rest of the bar, like looking. And then whenever your boy turned round, he turned round, so he'd always had like his back covered. And we had said, and Shay goes, your boy over there's got a knife. And I was like, what?
Because he was all like, look at his belt, look at his belt. And I was like, I can't see anything. He was like, you don't wear a belt like that to a nightclub. Okay.
What's happening here?
A knife, lad.
I'll just
But
listen
sure,
and
he's
learn.
witnessed the boy getting absolutely knocked out outside the window.
Oh my fucking god, he got.
KO'd, like.
Oh,
The bouncer put this boy out, and like your boy was like putting him out, and he's like, what the fuck and all. And I mean, he literally went like this and like pushed the bouncer, and the bouncer just went like smack like right there and knocked him out straight away.
I missed the punch, but I seen him falling.
he just like
Like, all I could see, like, I just turned around as he was going, and then like onto the ground, and bang, he slapped like lights out, like, and the blood. Oh my fucking god, the blood.
Then I came over and they were like,
There's
do
a
you
crime
see
scene.
that? I looked over, this boy lying on the ground like up there, and then the police and all came. We were all sitting at the window right outside just looking out being like, oh
We had such a good view, like.
yeah,
Manchester was eventful then.
I know.
it was good crack, like it was good.
So
I'll go back
plenty
again.
of stories to take home with you anyway.
I go
Can't
back
vlog
again.
like,
Apart
done. Done good bit of vlogging.
At the airport.
What
and
about that IKEA vlog? Does that ever go anywhere?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
sitting in the archives waiting to rock and roll.
Oh,
She's
okay.
coming.
We're doing a bit of
That's a good one.
pre-recording at the minute to try and take the ease off us. Do you know what I mean?
Stacking them up.
I don't know when the videos will be coming out, but they'll be coming out at some stage. Stay tuned.
They're now
Stay
vloggers
tuned.
as well as podcasters.
We've done a brave bit of stuff. Like, one of the ones are funny. Like, I'm not going to say too much about it, but one of the ones
I didn't hear.
had an
I didn't hear any
absolute-
updates
I
about
had an
anything that
absolute-
happened.
I went up to Armagh, recorded with the two of them all day. There was scramblers and quads involved, and I've never laughed as hard in my life.
I'm pretty sure you said it in Mickey's podcast.
Wow.
What
No,
happened?
I
We're talking
didn't.
about that after?
I told him about it after.
Did we?
It's top
Yeah.
secret. It's top
It's
secret.
top secret.
We cut that out then.
We can't let it out. We can't.
It's harsh.
But anyway, we've been recording for like nearly an hour.
We'll wrap it up.
Might be time to.
Any notes to finish on?
Maybe you NFTs.
Do it. What are you all buying? Who's buying what?
I have no clue about
Do a
them.
quick
He
one.
Think
explained
maybe
them.
do an episode on that. Like,
I think I would like. Well, I'd like
Go
to get a
in
bit.
depth.
We'll go get a bit of research done. And when's the next one? Solo 3 weeks from now.
We'll do it soon.
We'll have an
Some
NFT
stage.
episode.
Let's do
We'll
it.
inform you what
Here,
an
smack
NFT
that
is.
phone off that table more.
Smack it off your.
Hole.
Smack that ass like a
But
drum.
anyway, thank you very much for listening to another chaotic solo podcast. What have you got to say? You
Oh.
got something to say?
I was gonna say very good, very nice.
Very good, very
Do it.
nice.
Do it.
Alicia, before
I've been
we
planning.
we just finished recording our podcast with Mickey.
let him go out and then you just say it.
I just walked past the door and heard Alicia going, "I can do that so well. Do you want to hear it?" And Shea was like, "Yeah, go on ahead." And Alicia just, "Very good, very nice." What was that about?
Very good, very nice.
I feel like we're all
I
high.
think we'll end it there. Goodbye.
Alright.